And we are learning some new details tonight about how a dramatic crime spree played out in Prince George's County last Friday. Good evening to you. I'm Scott Thuman.
And I'm Michelle Marshall. Maryland Bureau Chief Brad Bell just got an update on the case after spending the day digging into the suspect's criminal history. Brad, what are you learning?
Yeah, look, there are really two major themes to this story. What happened last Friday with the shooting and the suspect's past, because he had been sentenced to life plus 40 years for a murder back in 1983. We managed to dig up the court record. So first, about what happened on Friday and what happened today. So he was supposed to, Larry James Simpson, the 68-year-old suspect, supposed to have a bond review hearing today. We waited in court. We were told that for whatever reason, the suspect had not been delivered to the room for closed-circuit television hookup, and then finally his lawyer waived the right to a bond review. That means he will stay locked up on a no bond status. And we did just get a briefing from State's Attorney Tara Jackson, learning a lot more about what happened Friday in this shooting spree that started in Riverdale and finally ended in Greenbelt. This is a little bit about what Ms. Jackson had to say.
This was a fast-moving situation involving multiple crime scenes and multiple victims, which unfolded quickly. The professionalism and dedication displayed by law enforcement undoubtedly prevented future harm.
Yeah, and so as I said, the other theme here is what was this man, this 68-year-old, even doing out of prison? Because, and I found it in these court records, in 1983 he killed a 21-year-old Radio Shack store employee in Beltsville. It took a couple years for police to develop him as a suspect, but in 1987, sentenced to life plus 40 years in prison. He served 35 years, but then asked for drug and mental health treatment, and then asked a judge to modify his sentence. And I have the document right here, signed by Judge Beverly Woodard, releasing him, changing his sentence from life plus 40 to the 35 years and 5 months and 1 week that he had served. We did ask the state's attorney about that, and I'll have that part of the story when we come back at 6. Scott?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of questions there, and you're obviously getting some answers on them. What about, Brad, what's next for Simpson? When's he back in court, and do you think he's going to face some more charges because that was such a crazy crime spree?
Yeah, absolutely crazy crime spree. 66 charges currently related to 17 victims. That's what we heard from the state's attorney here today. So what will happen in a case like this is he is going to stay locked up. He's going to stay in jail. And there was actually one of the victims was here today, a woman who was carjacked. She was fearful that he was going to get out, so she wanted to testify as to that. So first off, he's going to stay locked up. The state's attorney, most likely, a preliminary hearing will be set, but most likely what's going to happen is this case will be taken to a grand jury. There will be indictments, and then that will slow things down as this case eventually heads to trial. But the important thing tonight is that this guy is behind bars for now. In Upper Marlboro, Brad Bell, 7 News.